Question number 491 has been asked by the Honorable Mishwa to the Minister of Social Development. The question is asking about whether there are any foreign nationals on the South African Social Security Agency database. The Honorable Minister.
Anibonge sihlalo wendlu bonge nakwinceku yenkosi ngombuzo. Sihlalo social grant database indicates that there are 15,569 refugees and 46,238 permanent residents receiving social grants in South Africa. With regards to the database of COVID-19 SRD, there are 5,692 refugees and 54,883 permanent residents, 14,663 asylum seekers and special permit holders are in receipt of COVID-19 SRD grant. Honorable members, Honorable Chair, let me assure you that we are just not doing this because we like to do it. We are forced by Section 5 of the Social Assistance Act that read with Chapter 1 of the Social Assistance Regulation and Section 218 of the COVID-19 SRD. This regulation made provision of social assistance to be provided to these categories of foreign nationals. Honorable Chair, it's the Department of Home Affairs that is the custodian, protector, and verifier of the identity and status of citizens and other persons residing in South Africa, and our responsibility for administering admissions into the country, determining the resident status of foreigners and issuing permits. As SASSA, we only accept applications for foreigners with valid documentation as issued by the Department of Home Affairs. Honorable Chair, given that SRD grant is open to South African citizens, permanent residents, refugees, and asylum seekers registered with SASSA, what measures might be put in place? We want to assure that the Social Security Agency is committed in ensuring that social relief of distress, that is SRD grant, reaches all eligible individuals, including South African citizens, permanent residents, refugees, and asylum seekers who may qualify. To achieve this, we are guided with the fact that, as I said earlier on, they are properly documented. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I have been informed that the first supplementary question will be asked by Honorable Swart on Rule 137, Section 10.
Thank you. Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, thank you, Honourable Minister. And the ACDP appreciates your response, which confirms that only South African citizens and permanent residents qualify for grants. However, refugees and asylum seekers also can apply, as you correctly indicated. Now, that there is a massive challenge, Honourable Minister, which lies with Home Affairs, which I'm sure you are aware. And in a recent High Court judgment, the judge indicated the problem with unlawfully obtained South African identity documents and stating that South Africa faces many migration challenges and that non-South African citizens enter the country unlawfully and often employ various means to obtain identity documents under false pretenses. This abusive process allows for illegal foreigners to access benefits reserved for South African citizens and permanent residents. Now, given that judgment, and that judgment indicates there are almost hundreds of thousands of identity documents that have been blocked. This is obviously a challenge also to SASSA, which relies on the National Population Register. But my question, Honourable Minister, is when there is an identity document that has been flagged or blocked by Home Affairs and there's an application for a relief of distress grant, will that blocking be considered? And also conversely, that blocking must also prevent a person that should obtain the grant from obtaining that. So is this a challenge that SASSA is also experiencing? Thank you.
Honourable Minister.
Honourable Chair, yes indeed, I concur with the Honourable Member on the fact that that is in fact the headache of SASSA and DST on a daily basis. However, we rely on the systems that are put in place by Home Affairs. But when there are questionable identities, as it is the case as we speak, the system is able to hold on to make sure that those identity documents are being properly investigated. A point in case as we speak is the matter that is still being under investigation of the Stellenbosch boys who brought up into our attention those problems that they've identified when they were just doing their own and discovered that there are some weaknesses within the systems. We are still dealing with that to an extent we are embarking on serious investigations, which the portfolio committee will receive its report by the 27th of this month, and we hope we are going to take a bigger scale of investigation so that we can get into the bottom of this problem. Because indeed, Honorable Chairperson and member, it is a problem because to an extent it is up on the monies that we don't really have, the budget that is constrained because of all the problems that not coming from us directly, but the problems of Home Affairs, which we cannot disassociate ourselves with. We are now dealing with the matter, and we hope that report is going to take us through on what then needs to be done with changing this thing around. I thank you.